Can I speak
And
now
we're
or?
live. Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Mm,
everybody, and welcome to our F1 Behind the Wheel podcast with me, Chris, and Kailash. Hello,
Hi.
guys.
Hello.
was good.
So today,
So we got all,
no, go ahead.
so we got all the libraries revealed, and what are your thoughts about it, guys?
Well, I think that this year the liveries are, I should say they're all pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like compared to other years where there were definitely some liveries that were like
Yeah.
bad. But this year I think they're all pretty good except for some that are not as good, obviously.
Yeah, some were a bit of a surprise, and some were actually surprising in a good way. Some were actually
Yeah,
surprising in a bad way.
definitely.
Yep. So let's just recap them. These 10 minutes that we have.
Yes.
So as you can see on screen, we can go to, let's start with Haas. It was the first livery revealed of all the teams. Here it
Yes.
is. Of course, this is the old one when they revealed it, and now they took off the Russian flag and the sponsors and everything. Plain white livery.
To be fair, I kind of like the plain white livery. I think it looks nice.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Here's the back. And of course, this was before,
Yes.
as you can see with the Russian flag.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Haas. Looks pretty good in general, but like last year,
Yeah,
basically.
exactly. It's a very similar livery.
Mm-hmm.
But they did enlarge the logos on the side pod, and
True.
they revealed the car in real life compared to the renders, which
True.
is good.
Also, the technical changes look very good on the cars and liveries, as you can see on the Red Bull on screen right now.
Yeah. Do you think Haas has climbed up the ladder this year? Do you think they're not going to be P10?
Maybe it's
yes.
possible. It's possible.
They put more effort into the car this year than last year,
They
so
sacrificed the
I
whole
I expect.
performance of 2021 just to focus on 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they'll be closer, but personally, I still think they're going to be relatively low down, like P9, P10, maybe P7.
Are we gonna see a Braun GP 2009 type of thing, or just a step up from last
That
year?
would be cool. That would be very cool, but based on the preseason shakedown, it doesn't look too hopeful for them.
Hmm, interesting.
But we'll
So,
see. We'll see.
right. Okay, so this is the Red Bull, as you can see, front view. Back view
Yeah,
looks
the
very
this is
good.
just the show car though. Like the in real
yeah.
life one
Yeah.
looks so different. Like it's honestly really crazy. Oops.
And they've got a very interesting side pod design too, as we saw
Yeah,
in preseason testing.
it's very tight. Like under
Yeah, big intake, very squarish, rectangular type. Looks
yeah
very
the
interesting.
and the DRS this year. It just looks weird to me. Like
True. We need to get
I know
used
it's
to it.
different and stuff, but it just looks more unnatural.
Yeah.
Okay. So do
Okay.
you think we should start off with ranking the liveries now?
We'll first see them and then we'll rank them. All right.
Okay.
So here's Aston Martin show car. They've got
Yes.
interesting vents on the side, which we haven't
Yeah.
seen with other cars much, except for
No.
Ferrari and some others. But
Yes.
very interesting. Also from here you can see in this view the side pods are very different from last year, as you can see, and the vents are also very interesting design.
Definitely. I do like the Aston Martin this year. The the green hints are nice
Yeah. So the color,
for
very
sure.
nice, chromatic.
Yeah.
All right. What do you
It's
think about the
metallic.
answer?
I like the color.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I also like the Aston Martin in general. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. Let's move on. Let's go to the McLaren. Is here next. Going in order. This
Yes.
livery was quite different from last year actually, with a bit of blue
Yeah.
and
I was uh
black.
I was pretty surprised. So
Mm-hmm.
the blue was more like the McLaren Golf from last year, or maybe like a mix between the two.
True.
which I kind of like the lighter blue a bit more, I think, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Andre? Andre?
McLaren, but they could have added less black, in my opinion. I don't like that. I think there's too much black for me. But
The thing about the
except that, I think it'd be good.
You can see it from here.
the thing about the McLaren, which I don't know, that I had to get used to, was last year, especially on the top side of the side pod, they had that blue, and this year it's just orange there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely something that I have to get used to this year. But overall, I think they did well with the McLaren livery.
Right. Yeah, looks pretty good. Also, wheel covers are pretty nice.
Yep,
And
definitely.
we'll also have to get used to the new 18-inch tires and the wheel covers, which will
Yeah,
probably display also LEDs, as I've heard. But
yeah,
I don't know
that
yet.
is true. Depends on what the teams think because it needs to have a purpose.
True.
Because otherwise they won't add it.
Apparently, the
But I'm
purpose of
excited to
the
see what McLaren can do this year.
yeah, of course,
Hopefully, fight for a title.
of course. Apparently, the LEDs are supposed to indicate wear, pressure, temperature, etc. So the teams know.
Yeah, they. Mm-hmm.
Apart from all the
But
sensors they have, of course.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's go on to AlphaTauri, which was very interesting. They reversed the colors from last year, as you can see right here. Maybe in the next photo.
Yeah,
Here we go. What do you think about it,
I
Andrew?
actually quite like the AlphaTauri this year.
Yeah,
I
true.
think it's a good blend of colors. The logo that's on the side pod, the AlphaTauri logo, the big one, it's
Yeah,
slanted a bit more, which is nice. Gives it a, I think, and it makes it look like a bit leaner, if that makes sense.
right.
And I also just like the car shape in general, to be honest.
Yeah, nice. What about you, Andre? What do you
What
think
about you,
about it?
Andre?
Well, I think it's alright, but it didn't leave me any wow moment really because
Mhm.
they just switched the colors. I expected more from them. So, I mean, it's okay, but it's not something like a wow moment for me. So,
Okay,
it's
Yeah,
solid.
fair enough.
that's fair.
Let me just try to get this thing out of the way. Alright, here's a diffuser and rear end. Looks also different from
Yeah,
last year's, as we saw in the
yeah,
previous photos.
it's gonna look very different.
Yeah, on
Can't wait
track.
till the season actually starts, though.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna start on the 20th of March, which is not so long away, actually. We survived
No, but
several
it feels
months
like a
already.
while.
It does feel. That's true. Alright, let's move on to the Williams. Now, Williams is interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
Here
Williams
it
is
is.
kind of a you love it or you hate it type of car, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Do you think they'll move up in the leaderboard this year instead of
Yeah, I
being
think so. I think
last again?
I mean, obviously we can't take too much from the shakedown,
Yeah, of course.
obviously from because they're just doing programs and stuff like that, and they're not actually. A lot of teams are probably sandbagging, but in general, I think it will move up. I think Albon is going to beat Latifi,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that the team will make improvements compared to last year.
That's true. We'll need to also wait for the Bahrain preseason testing, which is on the
Yep,
10th of March, I think.
yeah, and then we'll see some
Then we'll
more.
see the real performance of the cars.
Yep,
You can also see the front wing. This is very different because it's higher from the ground, which
hmm
means less downforce is generated by the wings
yeah,
and by the front wing especially.
yes. But what I find interesting is that like Williams changes their team's color palette like every single year with the livery.
That's true.
They normally stick
That's
with like a
true.
bluish thing, but it's always very different.
This
Which
is old
I think,
style, dark blue.
yeah,
And also they added the red thing, which is not usually for Williams. Like
yeah,
Mm,
it's either blue or white, but I like it. I mean, not gonna lie.
yeah.
yeah. New sponsors too. We can see Duracell has signed a very
Oh
big
yeah.
contract with Williams.
I feel like the placement of that logo on the side pod is, I don't know, it's not as prominent as I think it should be.
Mm-hmm.
That makes
Okay,
sense.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, let's go to Ferrari, my personal favorite.
Ooh, okay.
They've got a very interesting and innovative side pod design.
Yeah, with that kind of U-shaped, those U-shaped side pods.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hopefully it improves their performance, but only time will tell. I think it looks quite cool, actually.
Yeah, it does.
And I think I think overall the Ferrari livery, it's quite good. I mean, it's improvement to last year for sure. I
Mm-hmm.
like the darker red and the combination of black as well.
Mm-hmm.
I wish there was a little bit more white in it though. I think that would have been nice to see.
Okay. How about you, Andrew?
Yeah, I like they changed the normal red with kind of the dark red, or I don't know
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
how to explain it. But I think they could have added, as Chris said, more white. Maybe on the back wing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's basically all black at the end. So yeah, but I think it's pretty nice. I mean, so
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Now, from what I've heard, the side pod designs like that, as you said, U-shaped, basically. The hot air from the engine and the cold air from outside mixes and channels to the rear wing and diffuser, which creates more downforce for the floor. Now, we've seen some
Uh,
good performance from Ferrari in Barcelona testing,
that's true.
and
The
But
2022
it
championship
looks very strong
winners.
because the engine
we'll see.
too looks much more improved from 2020 and 20, gap from 2020
Yeah, it
and
looks much more
2021.
powerful. Sure.
Looks more powerful and more reliable.
Yes.
Other side,
But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think Ferrari will definitely make improvements compared to last year,
Hmm.
and I hope that we get a close title battle with Ferrari in it because it's been a while that they
Yeah,
have won a
challenging for
championship.
wins, but of
They
course,
could win a title
of
because
course,
it's been since 27 that Kimi Räikkönen
Yeah,
has won it.
Kimi as
2007.
So
well.
yeah,
Oh, it's gonna be weird not having Kimi on the grid this year.
That's right.
yeah, it's gonna be pity.
Mm.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's go to Mercedes. Now they've brought back the silver arrows.
Yes, they did.
It's a full silver livery like we saw in 2019. In
Yep.
2020 and
Except
2021, it went to black livery and then it's back to silver.
I don't think they did as good with it though this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just doesn't look the same. It doesn't. The gray seems a bit dull compared to the other gray from 2019. I think it was.
Right. Interesting. How about you, Andre?
I like it because mainly because of the silver library. I wanted to be back because I didn't really like the black library.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like they've added a little bit of the red on the top.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's nice, and it's nice that they came back to the silver arrows. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Looks more aggressive too in the front wing design and the side pod too. Looks also the other cars look more aggressive than last year.
Yeah, for sure. But I just hope that we'll get to see some close racing.
Yeah.
Not see the top teams just run away with it.
Of
I
course.
think that'd be nice.
Interesting. Now let's move on to Alpine. This car revealed a lot of backlash. This is the first livery that's going
Yes.
to race in the first two races. So Saudi Arabia and Bahrain, actually the other way around, Bahrain and Saudi
Mhm.
Arabia. And the actual livery is this one here. They signed a sponsor with BWT,
Yes.
who were in.
And I'm going to be honest, I'm pretty disappointed by this livery.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
me
don't,
too, actually.
I don't think it's good. I think
And we
they
saw
could have
that,
done much better.
yeah,
And I've seen some like fan ones. Obviously, like you can't really take much from the fan ones, but some of the fan ones look much better than the actual one.
right,
Which I think I prefer the full pink over the actual livery that they're gonna be running for the season.
yes.
Because the pink, it doesn't feel natural on there. I think it's A, the wrong shade, and it kind of just feels like they placed it on there.
Here it is. The pick just dominates. The blue that was there, the Alpine blue.
Yeah. And the whole
And here it is.
red and pink don't clash very well either.
Yeah. Man, they had also some reliability issues with the engine in Barcelona
Yes.
testing.
They
Uh,
did say they were going for performance over reliability, which we'll see if that
yeah.
kicks them in the butts.
Reports say the engine is not as good and they're running behind on performance.
Maybe
Yeah.
So,
maybe it's not gonna be L Plan, but maybe L Pain. So
yeah,
yeah.
probably.
Yeah. Maybe.
We'll just have to see. Wait and see. Yeah,
I
this
still
is it.
love the shade of blue that is though. It just disappoints me. Has so
Yeah.
much potential.
And the last
Yeah.
one is the Alfa Romeo, released
Yes.
just a few days ago on the 27th of February.
Yep.
Here it is.
How do
Alright.
you guys feel about this one?
It's pretty good actually. Um,
Yeah.
and especially the wheel covers, red and white wheel covers, very,
Yeah. The wheel covers are really
very
nice, I
good.
think.
Yeah.
Even more than most of the other teams.
Also, they're using a similar side pod design to Ferrari.
Hmm.
Also having of course,
Yeah.
the Ferrari power unit. As you can see, let's see
Yeah,
this
obviously.
photo here. They've got the vents.
Yep.
Yeah, very
I
interesting.
actually
Let's
quite like
see.
the Romeo livery. I think the color combination as well. I like the
True.
little
Yeah,
Italian flag on the rear wing. I think that's a nice
True.
touch to
me
it.
too.
Very nice.
The only thing is that on the front wing, I feel like that little white box on the tip of it looks kind of weird to me.
Oh, here, yeah, I see. Hmm.
But I don't know. What are your thoughts?
How about you?
Oh yeah, I actually really like it. It's one of my top three liveries,
Mhm.
and yeah, I like they've kind of changed it because usually Alfa Romeo, they either changed the color scheme or they just basically they really didn't change it, but this year they changed pretty much.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you said, I also like the Italian flag at the back. So
Right.
yeah.
All right. So these are the 10 liveries that came out this
And
year.
now,
And we'll
now
probably
we're
have to
gonna rank
do,
them.
yeah, we're gonna rank them, and we're also gonna do a podcast in a few days about
Yes.
Bahrain testing, maybe.
Most likely.
Yeah.
So, Andre, why don't we start with you then?
Okay. So at my last place, I have Alpine.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
I don't really like it. So
Same.
yeah, I don't really like the pink. So yeah. Then P9, I have Haas. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't really change a lot, so that's why I don't really like it. But
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, it's okay. Then 8, I have Alpha Tauri.
Yeah.
I mean, uh, Uh, I put it P8 because they only changed basically they did the Uno reverse card, I would say. I mean it's not bad, but it's as I said, it's not something like a wow moment for me. So that's why
Okay.
I put it P8.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
P7 I put Williams.
Yeah.
I like it, but it's not as top as I want it. So
Right.
that's why I put it P7.
Yeah.
Then I have P6 Red Bull.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Red Bull, I really like the front wing with the more yellowish color.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
But again, they don't really change it. They don't really change the livery. So yeah, that's why I put a P6.
Okay.
All right.
Then P5 McLaren.
Yeah.
As I said before, it's okay, but I don't really like it because there's too much black for me.
Yeah.
Mm.
I would add
Right.
more probably orange for me. So that's why I put a P5. Then P4 I have Mercedes.
Mercedes.
Mercedes,
Okay.
I like it really much. Just maybe I would I wouldn't have the arrows or the Mercedes sign at the back with the
Yeah.
the black signs.
Yeah.
So yeah, and now we move on to the top three. P3 I have Aston Martin.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I really like it because of the lime color.
Yep. Same.
Yeah, I just love it. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Uh, so and P2 I have Alfa
Yeah.
Romeo. Uh,
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
as I said before, I really like the Italian flag at the back, and also the wheel colors look really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I basically like everything on it, so that's why I have it P2. And
Yeah.
P1 I have Ferrari.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, P1 because I'm a Ferrari fan, but also I really like it.
Yeah.
One of the best liveries for me in the couple of last years
Right.
Yep.
liveries. So yeah, I really like the black and dark red that they changed it from the normal red. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that's why I put it P1. And yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much it.
I think your list is very respectable. I think a lot of people probably agree with your list. I think personally, I think there's some changes I would make, but I guess I'll tell mine when I go.
Okay.
But I think your liveries ranked make sense. I understand where you're going from.
Thank you.
Okay, but I guess I'll go next
You wanna
then.
go? Sure.
So in P10, I also have Alpine. I am really disappointed by Alpine this year. This was it just wasn't a good livery in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a good combination, and I don't even like talking about it because it's so disappointing. And then in P9, I also have Haas. They used a very similar livery to last year, but I think it's honestly a downgrade to last year. And if we're talking about the plain white livery, I'd still put it here.
Okay.
And then in P sorry about that. Then in P8, I have the Williams. So I don't like the Williams too much. I think it's good, but it just doesn't beat out the rest here. I think the Williams could have used some lighter blue. I think that fits a bit more. And I feel like the red kind of just comes out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
The red is kind of just there. But yeah, I would just like to just see a lighter blue. I think that would fit a bit more.
Okay.
And then after Williams, I have AlphaTauri. I think the livery is better than last year. There are just some subtle changes. I don't like the was it like the Flexbox sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
That is because it's like orange, and I don't like that. That like
Okay.
adds that to that. I think from the side the AlphaTauri looks pretty good, but then from the front it kind of looks. I don't think it looks as good.
Okay.
After the AlphaTauri, I have a probably slightly controversial. I have the Mercedes. I don't think it's very good. The gray is kind of dull. There's no the back kind of the Mercedes like logos like in the back instead of the AMG. I think it just I don't think that works well. It's not they don't use any gradients either.
Mm-hmm.
The teal kind of uh, line that goes from the back to the front is it's okay, but
Okay.
it's not my favorite to say. Then after the Mercedes, I have Red Bull. I think their livery is still good, but it's just I think when they got the Bit Me sponsor, I think that kind of ruined it a bit for me
Mm-hmm.
because they kind of just plotted it everywhere and made it look a bit worse in my opinion.
Right.
They didn't change much to last year on their livery, except for like the Oracle and smaller things like that. But yeah, I don't know. It's not my favorite Red Bull livery, despite the fact that they haven't changed much. Then
Okay.
ahead of Red Bull, there is McLaren. I think this. I think I understand where Andre comes from with adding more, getting rid of the black maybe. But I kind of like the black touch to it. I would have just added maybe a bit more blue,
All right.
and because in the empty spaces, that's just my opinion. And then and then after that, here comes the top three. I have Alfa Romeo in P3. I think they did a really good job with their livery this year. I mean, they always do very well with the liveries, to be
Hmm.
honest. I think it was a good combination.
True.
But it's just that little white box at the front, it annoys me, okay? I don't like it. It just, no, I don't like it.
Okay.
But it's still a really good livery. Oh, and the green little, what is on the side? Oh, what do you call it?
The
Call it the
clover.
green clover.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's like a nice little touch to it. And then the runner-up to this year's best livery for me
Uh-huh.
is Ferrari. So
Okay.
P2 for Ferrari, in my opinion. You guys might not like that, but I don't know. It's a nice livery for sure. One of the best, one of the better Ferrari ones, let's say, especially in the past few years.
All right.
But it's very simple. I would have maybe liked a bit more variety, if that makes sense. But I
Hmm.
definitely like. Oh, I like the new red that they used compared to last year's. It's not a. It's a little bit darker. And it's just not matte as well. It's a nice combination. And they have little yellow hints as well on the Ferrari, which I
Sure.
think is very cool. The sponsor placement is also very logical. I just think they could have done more with it. Maybe add more white or something. Just make it more unique, especially with the Santander sponsor. Like they could have done something more with that.
Right.
But in P1, then we have Aston Martin left. I think they did a
Interesting.
really good job with delivery this year. I think the green is a really nice touch to it. I don't know, I just think it's a good livery overall. I think it's the best this season, and I like the. I think they changed the green a very little bit, which is nice.
All
But
right.
yeah, that's my
Cool.
opinion.
Cool. So, okay, it's my turn. Gonna start from the bottom. So, I also agree with the last being Alpine, of course, with the pink and the
Yeah,
blue. It doesn't really fit, I think, on their usual cars, which were blue, and of course, it was Renault before. But talk about
yeah.
last year, it was blue, and now with the pink, it doesn't look as good. So, P10 for me is Alpine. Then we've got P8. We've got, I think, maybe Haas with a plain white livery. Of course, they're gonna run not this Russian flag and Russian sponsors on, but plain white liveries. It's a bit boring in a way. But they might change it during the year. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then P8, we've got Alpha Tauri for me because it looks a bit like last year, and
Hmm.
the color changes. Uh, I don't really like it that much, but many people disagree with that. And of course, the real
Yeah.
colors being black. Maybe they could have put a little bit more color with white and black, maybe.
Yeah. I think a white would have been nice.
Yeah, exactly. Uh, so P8 for me is AlphaTauri, and P7
Hmm.
we've got um, Williams. Williams, of course, we're used to a bit lighter blue, not this darker blue. Of course, it looks good and everything, but maybe a slightly lighter blue and maybe just yeah, that looks a bit
Yeah.
old style, let's say. They've moved on
Yeah.
from that. But
I can see that.
also with this, many people might disagree. Yeah. Then in P6, I think we are. Um,
Yes,
we've
I
got
believe so.
Red Bull. Red
Hmm.
Bull because they've got same livery from last maybe 5, 6 years or something.
Yeah.
Same livery. Of course with the Red Bull, red, yellow, and black. But sponsors are placed well, and yeah,
Yes.
in general looks okay, mediocre.
Yeah. Hmm. Sure.
P5 we've got Mercedes. Of course, Mercedes has gone back to a silver livery. Um, Many people preferred black. Many also preferred silver. That's why I'm putting it right in the middle because
Yeah.
for me it doesn't make much difference if black or silver. Uh, but in general, the car itself looks very aggressive and looks in general okay.
Yeah.
Then P4, we've got um, Alfa Romeo because, of course, red and white livery like they did for the past few years. It's a bit different from last year, but nothing special, let's say. like we saw from other cars. And I agree
Mhm.
with you guys that the white box in the front of the nose looks a bit awkward.
Yeah, exactly.
But in general, looks pretty good. The
Yep.
green touch in the Italian flag at the back. Wheel covers look pretty good, red and
Yeah.
white. So good.
Yep.
Then
Can't disagree.
let's go to top three. In third, we've got Aston Martin.
Oh.
Looks
Okay.
very good.
Nice.
And of course, with the new green and the yellow, lime yellow, looks very nice compared to last year. And
Yeah.
I really
For
hope they
sure.
make a step up in the leaderboard.
Yeah. Last year
Uh,
they were a little bit disappointing. Not gonna
true,
lie.
true. So yeah, this is my top three. Then, well, yeah, okay. So number two is McLaren. I actually like
Oh.
the blue and um, black they put because it's a little bit different last year. You know, they usually put a orange livery. Of course, we saw also black, but it's a mix of the
Yeah,
two.
I would also add more orange.
It's a mix of the two, and blue looks pretty good actually on orange. Not gonna lie. Of
Yeah.
course, many
I
people
think so
don't
as
like
well.
it, many people like it, but I think it's pretty good. And number one, of course, is Ferrari.
Hey.
It's the best.
Yeah. Of course.
And being all red, darker red, and black, it's perfect
Yeah.
combination. Especially
I
with
think
the
it's
yeah.
I think it's pretty interesting that our top four, or our
Mhm.
bottom four, I mean, is pretty similar. But then like the
Yeah.
top six for us, it's like
Different.
completely different.
True. Also, the new sponsors and Santander being back.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Looks pretty good with
Red
the
Bull
darker
got
red.
a contract with some
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like
crypto.
100 million
Yeah.
contract
Yeah,
or something,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
insane.
exactly.
By the way, guys, did you hear that Grosjean is going instead of Mazepin?
Now it's gonna be
Nah, really?
Fittipaldi. Fittipaldi is
Nah, nah, just
basically
joking.
confirmed.
Just joking.
Yeah.
No, but
Fitti
what are your
Fittipaldi
thoughts
from
about
McLaren.
Mazepin? What are your
Oh,
thoughts about Mazepin leaving Haas and
mm,
basically kicked out of Haas?
obviously it sucks a lot, and I do feel bad for him, but it's part of it's like it's inevitable. I think to happen. But I definitely feel a little bit bad for him. But I understand Haas's decision to do this.
Hmm.
What
Interesting.
about you guys?
I think that he shouldn't have really been kicked out. He should have got at least a second season in Formula One. Of course, having a pretty good season in Formula Two, but I think he should have had a second chance. Not and Formula One shouldn't be influenced by events, you know, that's happening in the world too much at least. So I don't think he should have been kicked out, but at least,
Yeah.
of course, as we saw, Silverstone already banned Russian drivers from racing
Yeah.
there, which is, I think, fair enough. But what did they do to you? Like the drivers just driving, they're not really
Yeah,
um,
absolute idiots, I would say.
exactly. But yeah, I think he shouldn't have been actually kicked out. Should have stayed in Formula One and let him drive because it doesn't
Yeah.
really
Okay.
influence the situation in the
Yeah.
in the Ukraine right now.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
that's fair. What about you, Andrea?
well,
How do you feel about this whole thing?
yeah. Uh, I don't want to like talk really about this politics and everything, but yeah, I mean, on one hand, he didn't really do nothing bad. He didn't even fought in the war or anything. He's just a normal F1 driver. So yeah, it's I think I would feel also sad for him. But on the other hand, his dad, Dmitry Mazepin, I believe he's called, uh, has some has been talking and has something with Vladimir Putin, so that's why they've kicked him out probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard to talk about it if they should have kicked him out or not. But
Yeah. It's a difficult
yeah, you
decision.
know, yeah. But
Okay.
they also kicked out the Uralkali, you know, the sponsor.
The
Yeah,
main
you're
sponsor,
calling
So
me.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
as we saw.
So yeah, it's hard to talk, you know, but it's hard to talk about it. But yeah, I don't know what to really say about it, you know.
Hmm.
So that's pretty much it. You can take it both ways, you know, also the bad way and the good way. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course. All right.
that's true. That's
So this is it for today, and
hmm
we're gonna do another stream soon after Bahrain testing,
Yep,
discussing
definitely.
performance of the cars and how they perform on track before the Grand Prix.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
So
See you guys soon.
all right. Bye.